What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I've been gone for a while. My therapist said I needed to find myself, find my inner zen, stop, with all these multiple personality things. But the Ringside Power Hour is coming at you live once again. I am a quarter of your host, Hollywood Michael Paul.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is none other than the pastor of podcasting. The church doors are open always for you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Reverend Everett Hall McNeil. Thank you for joining us.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is the great one himself again, the Suplex Samurai, here to give thanks to the life of Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time, the person I got the moniker from, not the fucking Rock.
Oh, really?
And you already know what I say every time I go last. You know who the fuck I am. So let's kick this shit off. Let's talk a little bit about Muhammad Ali.
Greatest combat sports boxer fucking fighter of all time. So let's get back into fucking our argument about who fucking meant more to the civil rights movement.
Oh, this is a pretty good argument for you.
Here we go.
Ali
Ding,
literally,
ding, ding.
and I'm not saying he figuratively because, oh, my bad, he got shot, gave up everything. He was the fucking the heavyweight champion of the world, the most recognizable figure on the fucking planet.
The fucking planet.
His whole fucking livelihood is based on his fighting ability.
And the thing
And what did he do? He went up against not just, white people. He went up against the U.S. Army and the fucking government. He basically went up against the fucking man and said, you know what? Fuck you. Suck my dick. I'm not doing it.
As somebody who studied very clearly about the civil rights movement.
Because wait a minute. You're the only one in this room who studied the civil rights because you're the only minority college educated person in this room.
I never said that.
Oh, I'm just trying to clarify because that's where it sounded like it was going to me.
Look, my point is this. For somebody to walk up and tell me that Muhammad Ali meant more to the civil rights movement than Martin Luther King and Malcolm X put together, that's a huge statement. And that's something that you addressed to me earlier before we started
so tell
this
me,
podcast.
what did they give up that was more than what Ali gave up?
They gave up their life, yo. Like, do I need
Did
to
they
say
know they
anymore?
were going to die?
Yes, when you are standing up for injustice and civil rights, you are taking. You have to understand. Look, it's a strong possibility
Let
I'm
me
not
help
going to
you
make out of this.
Ali got death threats for just being a black heavyweight champion of the world.
Martin Luther King got killed.
And then when he changed his name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali to join the Nation of Islam, come on, that was a fucking slap in the face. And then, oh, by the way, they said, hey, if you don't want to lose your title, you have to enlist in the U.S. Army because you're drafted. Guess what he said? Fuck you, take my title. You can't take what's nobody can take from me.
Well, that's all well and good, but that don't change the fact that he meant as equal to the civil rights movement as
who is
Muhammad
more famous?
Ali. It doesn't matter.
So wait a minute. So the more famous person who has a view,
dude,
doesn't matter compared to somebody who is not as famous?
Martin Luther King is an important figure in not just American history. He's also known worldwide just as much as Muhammad Ali, in my opinion.
Martin Luther King is more known for being dead.
He's forced to be taught in school. I mean,
forced.
It's
yes.
forced. If people had a choice, and this is for black people too, they had a choice to not do that class, I guarantee they wouldn't.
I think some of them would still take it. I
think they would too.
Do you know how many?
Still take it.
Do you know how many times Ali
know their history?
Do you know how many times Ali went to fucking world powers and asked them to release hostages and it happened?
I'm not saying
you remember
he
the
didn't
Iran
have it.
one. Yep,
yes.
Ali. You remember the Iraq one? Do you think Martin Luther King could have went there and said, "Hey"?
Do you remember the march? Not just the march on Washington. Do you remember the marches that he led in Selma? Do you remember the speeches? Do you remember the times that he gave eloquent speeches about peace and prosperity? Even though it was contrary to Malcolm X, who was more coming from a militant perspective, but we still understood what he was saying. He was giving speeches that was moving people in a direction that caused the whole world to watch. Yeah, but
guess what? He wasn't being called un-American, going against the war machine, which is, by the way, the whole industrial complex of America.
Let me tell you something.
And he was going against the troops.
He may have not been called that, but he was definitely called a couple other things that I will not say on this podcast.
You don't think Ali was called them things?
I'm pretty sure he was, but to sit over there and say...
Who was a more recognizable figure?
Both of them, to me, in my history...
in the world, who was the most recognizable figure of all time?
The most recognizable figure?
Would it be Martin Luther King or Ali?
I think they're both at the same point.
Well, you got people in other countries who aren't going to know Martin Luther King, but they're going to know Muhammad Ali.
I'm just saying from my perspective, that's how I feel. Maybe it's because I lived in America for so long.
Listen, Ali didn't just affect America. I don't know if you remember Rumble in the Jungle.
Oh, yeah, of course not. Of course,
he
I
affected
do. My bad,
the actual homeland of where the slaves were sold from. So, did Martin Luther King do that?
Nope.
It was more domestic in U.S.
So
Let me
he's
tell you
asking
something.
Who do you think rallied more white people behind the cause? Because let's be honest. If white people didn't rally behind the cause, I don't fucking care what black people wanted. It wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, it was. Muhammad Ali made everything worldwide watchable. As a kid, he's reaching out to youngsters that want to watch fighting, not fucking somebody talking on a TV screen.
I understand that. That's in terms of sports. He is a crossover.
I'm not
I'm
talking
not about sports.
I'm talking promotional period.
I'm talking across the board. I'm talking about iconic figure who reached way more people than Martin Luther King did at any speech he gave. Because he wasn't on television fucking during them speeches. Ali's doing his speeches in front of literally millions upon millions of people.
And millions upon millions of people didn't watch that I Have a Dream speech. None of them.
After he
That's
was dead,
still
you're
talked
absolutely,
about.
after he's dead, you're
this.
absolutely right.
Yeah, I watched it in school. I watched it.
After he was dead, you're absolutely right.
My point
But
is
Ali,
this.
every time he talked, was in front of millions of people.
My point is this. In my opinion, they were both big figures in the civil rights movement. For somebody to say
I'm
who
not
was
saying
bigger
he
than
was.
others,
I'm not saying they weren't.
It's a testy debate. It's a
Abraham
testy
Lincoln.
debate.
Was
That's
the biggest.
That's where. See, that's my comparison. What Ali did is my only comparison is Abraham Lincoln.
Lincoln freed the slaves.
No, he did.
Yeah, Lincoln freed the slaves.
Do you know how many like black kids I went to school with didn't even know that?
They didn't?
Nope.
Wow. Really?
Yes.
What?
And I'm not talking about high school.
No, they freed themselves.
I'm not talking about high school.
Oh, Lincoln had nothing to do with it.
I'm talking college-educated black kids.
No, I'm talking people
No, I know what you're saying.
who are still racist to this day. They freed themselves. They did that shit. It wasn't the president of the United States who said, all right, enough is enough. Let me push and probably get murdered for doing this.
Which he did.
What? So you mean the Emancipation Proclamation is more? It was more noteworthy than Martin Luther King's "I Had a Dream" speech.
I think it is.
It was.
No?
I think it is.
To me, it's on the same level.
I think
I'm not
the-
gonna say
Oh my
it is.
fucking-
I think the it was a man. I can't pronounce
Wait
it.
a
I'm
minute.
not gonna-
So wait a minute.
All
You're saying
these-
the Emancipation Proclamation is on just the same level as the "I Have a Dream" speech, where the
These-
president actually
these-
signed into law?
First of all, these were all stepping stones into what we have now. Everybody on this podcast is from a different racial background. I'm not saying the Emancipation.
Oh, here we go.
It's
It
getting
is
Let's
the
hear
truth.
this.
Oh no.
It's the truth. But listen, this podcast would have never existed. Jeff wouldn't be here. Mike wouldn't be here. I
You're
would
right.
not be here.
If it wasn't for that emancipation
Proclamation.
if
proclamation,
it wasn't for the Emancipation Proclamation,
there'd be no reverend.
Martin Luther King wouldn't have been able to give his "I Have a Dream" speech.
Like I said, these speeches are stepping stones into having racial divide that is broken.
Well, without the Emancipation Proclamation, there is no fucking racial divide anymore. We'd all still be slaves.
I'd be locked in the basement
Well, I
somewhere.
wouldn't.
Well, you would.
I'd be
but
good.
I,
you wouldn't.
White
I
as
still
shit.
would.
You
so,
wouldn't.
You know what I'm saying? But
I still would be building shit and getting put in buildings, getting blown up, saying, "Oh yeah, your payment's right in that room right there." No, way back in the back. No. What? Keep going. Yeah. It's back there.
So let me ask you this question. If Muhammad Ali decided to retire from boxing earlier and decided to get into professional wrestling, do you think he would be better than Ric Flair?
fuck kind of.
On a microphone.
Are you trying to curve us right now? Is it getting too much for you with the real talk?
It's getting a little heated in
So
here.
you bring up the most blasphemous fucking thing you can think of?
No. I'm asking a legit question.
If you want to talk who's the greatest mic guy of all time, is Muhammad Ali. There's no comparison. There's nobody. Because let me tell you, without Ali, there is no fucking. He's the reason we have a Ric Flair. He's the reason we have a Conor McGregor. He's the reason we have a Floyd Mayweather.
The Rock.
Well, actually,
The whole Rock gimmick is Muhammad Ali.
Actually, Muhammad Ali was actually influenced from his talking from Curious George, the wrestler, from way back in the day.
Yeah.
So that's where he got a lot of his influence from when he started talking. He
I'm
just
not-
made that
you know
into
what,
his
you know
own.
What? You know who another one of his big influences were? Sugar Ray Robinson. That's why he fought like he did. But you know what? You know who put all that aspect together, put everything, the total package together?
Put it on TV.
Yep.
Made it worldwide. That is
He's
Cassius
an
Clay.
international figure.
No,
This
Muhammad
guy,
Ali.
This guy has been the face of legendary boxing for, I'll easily say, 50 years? Easily?
Well, he won
You think
Olympics
of
in
legends, he's the
19
first one you think of?
He won the Olympics in 1960 after he fucking told the whole world, I'm going to win fucking gold. Went to Rome and guess what? Won fucking gold. Then in 1964, against the unbeatable Sonny Liston, he told Liston, you're fucking slow and you can't fucking touch me. I'm going to win the championship because I am the greatest. Then he knocked out Sonny Liston.
Float like a
And then
butterfly.
2 days later,
And Sonny
Bang like
Liston
a bee.
cheated.
yeah,
Did
and
he?
2 days later, you know what he said? By the way, I'm not Cassius Clay anymore. I'm motherfucking Muhammad Ali. Yes, yes. I am a member of the Nation of Islam. I am fucking... Yeah, dude, come here.
So
I'm sorry.
if
Martin Luther King didn't have the numbers of people watching him that Ali had.
Did Martin Luther King have a movement? Yes. And we're not taking that from the dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm not taking it from him.
He did. His fucking speech was amazing. You know, it probably is going to go down as the greatest speech of all time in that kind of problem. But if you're asking white people who influenced them more to follow the movement, it's Muhammad Ali.
Hands down.
Hands down.
Hands down.
It wasn't because a guy's on TV crying and I had a dream. No, it was a guy on there saying, fuck this. I'm fighting a country that everybody hates, not just fucking Muhammad Ali. Everybody deserves to have equal rights. So you're sitting there and you're watching Muhammad Ali saying everything that even white people want to say and do. That's the movement.
So you're saying people at home, they're watching TV, he's saying what they've wanted to say their whole lives,
Exactly.
but he's touching millions with it.
Exactly.
So, let me ask you this question.
I mean, really, it's not even an argument. I mean, you,
Yeah, that's
you
what I'm
can't
saying.
argue it. I mean, you could just. I'm giving my perspective.
I'm just giving my
You
perspective
know what
too.
I mean? It's that's going to be a 50-1 fucking question right there.
Yeah.
Who is taught to be that guy in the civil rights? It's Martin Luther King. It's not Muhammad Ali.
Mm-hmm.
If I had it my way, I would teach Muhammad Ali.
I would too, because
Well, his story is inspirational, and to also talk about his impact, not only just overall entertainment, he's been mimicked in so many pop culture when it comes to music, television, film, especially the 2001 film Ali that starred Will Smith and Jamie Foxx. I would recommend for those of you who have not seen that film, go watch it. It's a very accurate detail of Muhammad Ali. Also features Jada Pinkett Smith and a couple of other great actors. So, check that out when you get a chance. But anyway, rest in peace to the greatest of all time. He
And-
stung like a bee, but now he's floating like a butterfly in heaven. So we just want to thank Muhammad Ali for all the great memories. Thank you for all the times you made us laugh. You opened our ears. We want to thank you. Rest in peace.
So, all right. So I guess we're done with the whole racist talk. Let's get back to this Ric Flair Muhammad Ali thing. Now, I don't know where the fuck that came from, but if you're asking me, Muhammad Ali was actually talking shit on a real fucking basis. It wasn't a fucking, oh, this is fake wrestling, let me fucking go off at it. Ric Flair is going to be the greatest of all time no matter what when it comes to fake wrestling. But if that dude would have been a boxer, he might have been on the same par with Muhammad Ali. Because Ric Flair could run his fucking mouth, and he could really fuck you up. Just saying. I'm not saying who's better, because I really don't have a perspective on that. But you got to give the edge to the realism.
that's what I'm saying. You got to give the edge to Ali because and the thing is, he's saying it right next to the man he's fighting who is not scripted to lose to me. He really wants to knock me the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, Ali was 19 or 20 years old when he told fucking Sonny Liston he was going to knock him out because I'm the fucking greatest.
Yes.
That's balls.
Yep.
And this was a man that everybody was scared of, too. Sonny Liston wasn't no joke back then. People make him a joke now. But Sonny Liston was a scary motherfucker.
Yep.
He was big, he was black, and he didn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Muhammad Ali was a skinny little light-skinned kid who said, I'm going to fuck you up. I'm the greatest, bitch. And that's what he did. Fucked his ass up. So,
the most iconic picture in sports is that of Ali standing over a fucking fallen listing
and pounding his
arm,
chest.
Yeah.
Yep.
With his arm, with his bicep flexing like, yeah, motherfucker, didn't I tell you I'm the greatest, bitch?
And for those of you who, I'm pretty sure everybody's seen this picture, but for those of you who haven't, it is on the gram, on our Instagram. So, Ringside Power, check it out. That's the famous picture of Muhammad Ali beating Sonny Liston.
And while you're there on the Instagram, give us some likes and follows.
Definitely. So, moving on to, once again, rest in peace to the greatest,
well, let's
Muhammad
not
Ali.
move on yet. I want to talk about a comic I used to read as a kid.
Superman versus Muhammad
Superman
Ali.
versus
Wait,
My favorite comic ever.
That was a real comic?
Who won
I
that?
just
That was a
thought
real
it was
comic.
like a art somebody made.
No.
Oh,
No,
I
that's
didn't
a
know it
real
was
comic,
real.
man.
No, man. I mean,
Dude, do you understand the heavyweight champion of the world at that time is considered to be the baddest man on the planet?
So he was transcending through all media.
Yep.
but in retrospect, did you know what that actual comic really meant?
What did it mean?
He was on par as a white person.
Yep.
That's what it meant.
Did he knock Superman out?
No.
I was curious.
But this thing is, the
You
title,
read the comic, did he?
The title and the picture, they show equal. A white Superman with a black Muhammad Ali, not as one is superior than the other. They're fucking equal. They're equal people.
Yep. That's huge. That's
Learn
very
something
huge.
new every day. Learn something new.
But all right, so we can go ahead and move on. What's your next topic?
Our next topic is this: the wrestling world was kind of a little bit shocked about this turn of events, and that is AJ Styles' heel turn on Memorial Day. Your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen? That was, I like where they're going with it, but I mean,
I just want to talk about, I read that it said, I'm pretty sure it was WrestleZone, that even with Cena returning, this was Raw's lowest rating the past 6 months or something like that.
And then I read that it peaked since last week. That's what I read. It jumped ratings as soon as Cena came back.
Can I do one thing before I get into this topic? Can we challenge these wrestling insider websites to get their accurate news, please? Because we're trying to report. We're trying to
if
be
you
accurate.
want to know about ratings,
Thank you very much.
Just get on NielsenRatings.com. Nielsen never fucking lies. It's unbiased.
And that wasn't a shameless plug, people.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
That's the industry standard.
So basically, AJ Styles has reunited with the club to swerve John Cena into this looks like it's going to be an ongoing feud, which I hope ends at SummerSlam.
You want me to just
Yeah,
go
you might as
ahead?
well start it off the whole bullshit.
Go ahead, start it off.
Here's my problem with the whole thing.
Ooh, what is it?
I'll throw the goods out there first. AJ Styles finally turned heel, and now the Bullet Club can actually be what they're supposed to be. I'll throw that out there.
It's the club.
Okay, where was that at 2 weeks ago?
So what you're saying is that Roman Reigns shouldn't be champion, AJ Styles should be champion, and he should be wrestling John Cena for the belt.
So he should be a heel champion right now.
Absolutely. Oh, does that make sense? Oh, yeah, my bad.
It makes too much sense.
This is WWE. You're not allowed to make sense.
That
right?
logic doesn't flow in the WWE corporate office.
All right, let me get into what I don't like. The fact that AJ Styles has not won a match, singles competitive competition in 2 months.
Since before WrestleMania.
Before WrestleMania. Maybe he did some house shows or something. I don't watch that shit. So I can't tell you.
Well, he did do a house show. I think it was 2 nights ago or last night.
Did he win?
He took on Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns for the title. Seth Rollins got knocked out of the ring. And then AJ got speared and pinned by Roman Reigns.
I mean, what Double J is saying, this dude
No
lost to
build-up.
Roman Reigns twice. The next night loses to Kevin Owens, who, by the way, usually loses to himself. I mean, yeah, he literally. When is the last match he won against Jericho? 3 months ago in that one pay-per-view?
Yep.
Is the last time he actually won a match?
Well, he beat Kofi Kingston on SmackDown.
Oh.
Yeah, but
A big defeat.
I know, right?
You're going against the company right now.
Hey, AJ's one of the new era guys.
listen, there's one thing that the only way I see this going somewhere with AJ Styles is if he gets the big win over John Cena.
If
That's
he beats,
the only way.
Okay, if he
that's
beats
the
Cena,
only
what-
way I see this being
what is it- what
of
does
any
that do?
valor.
What does that do?
It builds his credibility up for
So
one.
what? So he can lose to somebody else?
No, they need to have a fucking promo of him being frustrated and saying, all right, I need to get on the same page as you guys. Then the whole fucking weeks leading up to this next pay-per-view when he's about to wrestle John Cena, he needs to beat big-name guys. Or else this feud means nothing.
So you're saying he needs to beat...
I'm saying he needs to get rematches against Kevin Owens. Since he's already sealed his spot, he needs to defeat Kevin Owens.
Put him in there with Seth Rollins. They had good indie matches.
They need to have a fucking match with Seth Rollins. Maybe fucking he needs to defeat Roman Reigns in an untitled match.
That
you know
would
what
work.
I mean? Something needs to happen, or else it is unbelievable that he's wrestling John Cena.
Well, I think it's unbelievable anyway. So, I mean, look. It's supposed to be John Cena gets on there and does this whole new era fucking spiel about, you know, he's the old fucking guard. He's fucking blah, blah, blah. And then your new era guy is fucking AJ Styles, who's fucking older than John Cena, who's been wrestling longer than John Cena. That's new era?
You've already brought this up as WWE logic, man. They don't get
Double
nothing
J,
right.
tell what the new era must really mean.
The new era is what it really means is it's okay to be small and can actually move. That's what it means to be a new era.
Because if you're new era and you want to have somebody face John Cena, AJ Styles shouldn't have been your number one choice. He's
shouldn't
fucking
have.
ancient.
He shouldn't have.
Should have been a new...
That should have been a built-up feud for a big fucking pay-per-view.
No.
If AJ Styles had some wins under his belt.
What that should have been is somebody making an NXT debut and coming out and making a
No,
statement.
no.
That's what it should have been.
It was
If you
Memorial
want to
Day.
be new era, let it happen. If you want to be new era, that's how you be new era.
It was Memorial Day. Take it from there, man. Let us hear it, Double J.
It's Memorial Day. Even though it's already been done, you got a U.S. champion who is not American. He's a new era wrestler. John Cena, former U.S. champion, never got a rematch. Does it not fucking fit in there very well?
It fits in there very well.
Sense.
And it gives Rusev some fucking credibility again. So now he's wrestling a guy who is actually top par. And guess what? If Cena would have lost, well, he's coming back from an injury. It's fine. He'll be back. Plus, Cena can lose 10 matches in a row and it's still Cena.
Well,
AJ Styles can't do that. He's not established.
Yeah.
He's nothing right now. I'm just saying.
I mean, what has Styles won? 2 matches since he's been in WWE?
Man, he's won at least 4.
He
That's a
beat
lot
Jericho twice.
Couple tag team matches. Kofi Kingston apparently.
Yep.
So 5.
I'm trying to think of the other match. Didn't he wrestle at
He didn't win the Rumble.
that thing in Canada?
Are you talking about Roadblock?
Was
No,
it Roadblock?
he didn't wrestle at Roadblock.
He didn't.
No. He wrestled on the separate card that wasn't televised. I forgot who he fought.
So, like I said, he lost at the Royal Rumble. He lost to Jericho twice. He lost to Roman Reigns twice. He lost to Kevin Owens.
Oh,
That's established.
he has had a few matches with The Miz. I forgot about that.
He did beat The Miz.
Yeah. But still,
Before The
what
Miz-
does that even mean?
Before The Miz
Yeah.
had the IC title. AJ Styles hasn't even held a title yet. Not a U.S. championship, not an Intercontinental championship, not a tag team championship. So the guy you're putting him in a feud with the guy who's a 15-time world champion.
World champion.
World champion.
Who, in my opinion, shouldn't be a 15-time world champion. There's some questionable reigns. I feel like we've seen this. I felt like sometimes he was handed the championship just to carry it. I mean, I'll be honest.
I feel like who else could have held it?
At that time, very few people on the short list, honestly.
It's a very short list.
It's a very short list.
Randy Orton, Undertaker
Edge.
come out of retirement.
Edge, maybe.
Triple H was
Edge
still
held the
active at
damn
that time.
championship. Do you guys not remember the big feud?
Yes, I do remember.
Yeah,
but
the
I'm
live
talking,
sex show.
CM Punk also held the championship.
Yeah, you're
Two
your
guys
boy.
that shouldn't have. So,
Ah,
first of all, you want to make champions out of guys who fans semi-pop with, right? CM Punk didn't start getting a big pop until after that pipe bomb.
Pipe bomb.
So, there's that. And then Edge has never really been considered main event. All right? He was good at Rated R Superstar, but he's never, ever been considered the Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin.
well, he's not
Am
on
I
that
right or
level.
am I
He's
wrong?
not on that level at all.
So, he's not on that level at all. So, why would you have him carry your fucking company?
Because who
Can
else
you
do
say
you
that
have?
John Cena's on that level?
Who else do you have?
I mean, at that time, Edge was a great heel to go against Cena.
He was,
She didn't
he
have
was.
any heels
And
at that time.
I'm not going to deny that. I just do not think that dude could have carried a company. You had to have John Cena.
Oh, Edge could never have carried the company.
Right, but his rivalry with Edge carried it. So.
I mean, I liked Edge, but he couldn't have carried the company. I mean, look, for all the shit that Cena gets, let me tell you, without him, that whole fucking era was sucked. Who else was going to carry him?
Exactly.
Maybe Cody Rhodes if they had built him up. Speaking of Cody Rhodes,
Cody fucking Rhodes.
World champion.
World shit, carrying your fucking. We're talking about the worst era of wrestling ever.
dude,
See, it's
we're talking about
that was a
people
joke.
power.
That was a joke, actually.
It's WWE. It would have been Cody Rhodes carrying title. Stardust would have won the title.
Yeah, knowing them. But anyway, speaking of Cody Rhodes, we know he asked for his release. They granted it. He shared a picture on Twitter about talking about his problems and not getting emails from the writers, them showing favoritism. But here is the interesting part. His first booking of a wrestling match outside of WWE is against none other than the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. And it's in New York, I think, or somewhere outside of the city. Your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen.
You're talking two amateur wrestling standouts who are also good professional wrestlers. I mean, it should be a great match. It's a no-brainer to me, man. That shit's fucking awesome. I'm down with Double J. I'll let you see that shit.
I would like to go too.
Who are they wrestling for? What is it for? Who is it for?
I think it's Evolve, isn't it? Is
No,
it
it's
Evolve?
not Evolve.
Oh, it's definitely not Evolve. Kurt Angle don't wrestle for them companies.
But I think they said Cody's signing on
not
with
them little
Evolve,
assy
though.
companies.
No,
Well,
it's
Evolve
not
allows you to
No, I'm
wrestle
saying
anywhere
I
else
think
in
that
the
Cody's
world,
signing
so.
with Evolve, though.
I mean, I think it's going to be one of those. If it's anything that Kurt Angle touches in the wrestling ring outside WWE seems to turn to gold in terms of ring work, in terms of ring technician. So I'm definitely interested in seeing Cody Rhodes and Kurt Angle duke it out outside of a WWE ring.
I'm interested in seeing Cody Rhodes wrestle for the first time in 3 years, so
Cody Rhodes wrestled for the first time in 3 years.
I'm
Yeah.
excited for that. Yeah,
Yep.
the actual Cody Rhodes,
Oh yeah,
Not
sure.
Stardust.
not the limited move set and go out there and be weird.
Isn't Eden his valet now? Because I saw a thing where he's wrestling Michael Bennett with Eden in his corner and Maria in Bennett's corner.
I mean that works, because isn't Michael Bennett?
Yeah, they need to live into that shit.
Isn't,
That's the real
is
American
she
dream
married?
right there.
Yeah.
Hot ass
Is
light
she
skin
married
shit.
to Maria?
Huh?
Is she married to Maria?
Is she married to me? Is Michael Bennett?
Oh, Michael Bennett. My
Yeah,
bad.
he's married to
Who
Maria.
the fuck is he talking about? But
Well,
hey, I mean, I'm excited for the match.
if we're talking Eden and fucking Maria getting it on, let me tell you, I'm down. Cause
No, that's not what I meant. I meant to say he.
According to WrestleZone, Kurt Angle and Cody Rhodes are going to face off for the first time at Northeast Wrestling Under the Stars event in Wappingers Falls, New York.
where the fuck is that?
Probably by Buffalo. That's where it sounds like it is.
Yeah.
Doesn't
It looks like it's a baseball field.
It don't matter. I would pay top dollar.
It's a baseball field. There should still be tickets. There's standing room.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe I didn't look it up right.
I don't know.
I'm not good at that kind of shit. But so I want to talk a little bit about something Mike told me earlier. Something about Dean Ambrose winning the Money in the Bank.
Oh,
So let's go ahead and just get right into that. Mike.
There is a toss-up right now. Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens are the top two picks to win the Money in the Bank.
Dale's about to go straight to the bar after that.
I mean, so you get fucking. So here's how WWE seems to work. If you're really awful, like terribly awful, you get rewarded. Roman Reigns, awful, gets rewarded with the belt. Dean Ambrose is the most awful fucking, one of the most awful wrestlers, has no real, like, fucking talent. And they're letting him win Money in the Bank?
What about him makes you think he's no talented? Just go
Have you
down
seen
the
him
We
list.
wrestle?
really got to do this again. Do I need to run this dude's attributes down?
I mean, Jericho gave him props, not pops, props.
Just go
What,
down
For the
props
match
for
they
putting
had.
a fucking crowd to sleep.
for those who are listening to this first episode, could you just go down the list real quick? Just go down the list. Go ahead.
Okay.
He has 3 moves.
3 moves. His gimmick is supposed to be crazy, and he doesn't come off crazy at all.
So is that his fault or Creator's fault?
That's his motherfucking fault.
That's his
You
gimmick.
tell me where one person is given a gimmick and they're not supposed to go out there and use that shit. I don't give a fuck what people say about creative and Vince McMahon doesn't let them do shit. No, you're giving a fucking gimmick. You're giving a fucking live microphone.
Yeah, run that shit.
What's your fucking problem? You're out there just punching yourself a little bit. A little bit. He ain't even fucking bleeding. The whole feud, Chris Jericho was more crazy than he was.
That's what got me. Jericho was the
What
insane
the
one.
fuck? Like, are you serious? Like, when we keep going?
Go ahead.
His fucking clothesline sucks. His punches don't ever even fucking land.
You mean them little taps he does? I don't know.
He
what
gets
the
a
hell
pop
it is.
when he comes out, and guess what happens?
He puts you to
The
sleep.
fucking crowd sleeps. The whole fucking match. And then we go, oh, maybe it's a bad crowd. But no. Then
They cheer
everybody else
everybody
comes
else.
out. New Day comes out. Here comes the live react. The whole fucking match. Here they go. New Day rocks. Fucking they're chanting shit. They're doing shit. Then here comes the fucking Fatal 4-Way. Cesaro, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and the one that everybody loves to hate the most, The Miz. And guess what he gets? Reaction. The whole fucking match. So you're telling me that, oh, he's got this huge fan base. He supposedly sells the most merchandise, but yet his fans just shut the fuck up when he wrestles? In a
Your
match
rebuttal,
that's supposed
Hollywood.
to be full of excitement.
Jericho addressed everything about
Well,
that
Jericho
match.
was fucking biased.
And he said that the crowd was quiet when they started the match. He said it was really hard
all of the
because
matches.
they had to follow up with the Fatal 4-Way. And Jericho said Fatal 4 is probably the best match on the card.
It was.
And
It
they
was.
had to
No,
follow
no,
it.
no,
Not
let me tell you.
probably,
No,
it
no, no,
was.
I don't stop right there. You're in a Terry Funk fucking Mick Foley type match where if you would had them two in the ring, I don't care, dude. The Fatal 4-Way was a great match, but if it was followed by an Extreme Rules with fucking everything in the mother under the sun legal and a Terry Funk Mankind match or a Mick Foley match, it would have brought the fucking house down. So don't. I love Jericho. He's biased.
And he's also the company man. I'm just saying. He will defend the company.
He
to
went on
life.
par to say that he feels that towards the middle of the match, they got the crowd into it. He did sense the crowd was
When he
not
pulled
into-
out the thumbtacks, they started fucking cheering. The end of the match.
Yep.
Anybody sitting here, was it a great match?
No. Hell no.
Like I said, you had a chance to
like
have
it.
a Mick Foley match.
What you mean? I'll say for myself. I'll speak for myself. It was probably one of the worst matches on the card.
It was boring.
I don't see how you could have that
How
kind
do
of
you have a
props
boring
and-
match
and-
with all those weapons?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Well, how about the fact that you never actually utilized the weapon
Not
before you
one
went and,
time.
went and got another one?
Look, I understand you can't do headshots or whatever. Dude, you gotta give me something though, man. You want me to believe this fucking match where everything is legal? You can use everything for a weapon. Hey, let me pick this up now. Let me put that down. Let me pick that now. Let me put that down. Oh, here's some tacks. Fall on them little tacks. Yeah, they hurt so bad.
And then the crowd was even live and interactive during the Roman Reigns match. So it was literally only one match that had straight crickets.
The Asylum match.
Straight crickets. You tell me what's up.
But back to Dean Ambrose possibly winning Money in the Bank. Your thoughts?
That means he wins. That means he wins the belt, right?
If that means he wins the Money in the Bank, that means he's supposed to be crazy or something, but he won't be.
The way it's supposed to be going is if Ambrose wins, it's supposed to lead up to the match everybody wanted, 2 years ago with the Shield in the main event at Mania.
I still want.
Who the fuck? Wait a minute. Everybody. Let's
Toot,
clarify.
toot.
Who the fuck is everybody? Because I can't see where I ever wanted that match.
I don't even want Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins.
I know.
So
what the? Fuck?
It's just it was an article. It was Wrestling Zone that it was on. It said that everybody, maybe 2-3 years ago, the fans wanted the Shield triple threat match for
If
the title.
this was 2015, if this was 2014, I'd say okay, let's make that match happen. 2016,
you're right. At a small pay-per-view,
Not
not
WrestleMania
no fucking
main
wrestle.
event.
People are already fucking pissed about fucking Roman Reigns main event 2 years in a row.
yep.
And he won the Royal Rumble. That too.
Oh, let's put him in there for the third because that's our guy and we're not going to give up. Your fucking ratings are terrible.
Keep bashing
Do
that
something
head
about your
against the
fucking
wall.
company, goddammit.
So who had the worst ratings? Was it Seth Rollins as champion or Roman Reigns as champion?
Roman
Honestly,
Reigns.
Roman Reigns consistently going down.
Seth Rollins came back as a heel, and he's getting the pop.
You can't be a heel against Roman Reigns because everybody hates him more than any heel you could ever have.
I'm sorry.
Seth Rollins' problem
I'm
was
sorry.
definitely creative.
Yeah.
They did nothing interesting with him besides make him a bitch.
I'm gonna put it to you like this, guys. At this point, Roman Reigns. I thought there was a point John Cena was hated, and I thought, oh, this is probably the most hated man in the building.
John Cena got ratings.
Until,
Cena wasn't
but
really
here's the
hated,
thing.
though.
But here's the thing. Until Roman Reigns came in, then I was like, oh, great grief.
Here's the thing about John Cena. Word going around the internet was supposed to be on his return, he was supposed to feud with Reigns, not Styles. And the Styles was a last-minute thing.
They need ratings, so why not go with that?
I know why they want to feud John Cena with Roman Reigns. Because everybody's going to want John Cena to win.
John Cena's going to bury Reigns.
Isn't that a good thing?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying Vince McMahon is not, well, first off, Vince McMahon is hell bent on Roman Reigns, but he sure the hell ain't going to kill his cash cow neither.
Yeah.
So that's why that didn't happen.
I mean, there's been articles that I don't know how much truth it to him. It says McMahon's losing hope on Reigns. It's Triple H that still thinks he can get over.
You know, it's a Triple H guy. We get it. He put him over. He's tried, and it's not working.
Well, it's not working. I mean, my thing is this. When you go through, if the guy is not over within at least 2 months, it's time to move in a different direction. Don't force feed me Roman Reigns when obviously the crowd's not receptive to him. They don't like him. They don't want nothing to do with him.
Look, they normally have a 6-month plan when it comes to these wrestlers.
Because they thought he could pull off a Rock, and
It's
he
been
can't.
3 fucking years, and he's still not over.
People were okay with him when he was the muscle for the Shield.
Yeah, because he was quiet. He didn't speak.
Exactly.
And he wasn't pushed as the guy. He was just a muscle, right? He wasn't the guy. Seth Rollins was the better wrestler. Dean Ambrose was the better talker. And Roman Reigns just did cleanup work.
Right now, Seth Rollins is the only package. It's true.
Because Dean Ambrose never developed for shit.
Look, back when I was still, semi a Dean Ambrose, I was hoping
Supporter.
for the guy.
We
I liked
both
him.
kind of liked Ambrose. You know why?
We
'Cause
did.
He had mic skills.
He did.
But he never developed any wrestling.
And then, as he was putting on a series of terrible matches, I just kept thinking, okay, maybe it's the way he's booked. Maybe it's the fucking. I gave him so many excuses against Seth Rollins. I was like, oh well, he was meant to be buried in this match.
Mm-hmm.
And then it came to the fucking Bray Wyatt match. I was like, well, he was meant to be buried in this match. Then it just kept going, and then he got a push. Then it never went anywhere. So I'm like, all right, so no, this dude really just sucks. It's not the way he's booked.
I never really looked at it until Hollywood Michael Paul said he should have main evented WrestleMania. From that point on, when I started looking at him objectively, I was like, oh my God. He's awful.
Let me ask you this, Mike. Do you really think he should main event at least one WrestleMania?
I stand by my opinion. Yes.
But why?
I don't know. I feel he's a good wrestler.
What is it that you like about him? Like, you can't say he's a technical wrestler.
Oh, I know that. I don't know.
He's not a brawler.
I like his gimmick.
Do you think he's attractive?
No, I'm not.
Well, that's the only thing I can think
The
of.
only thing I think of is he likes the the balding hair thing. That's the only thing I can come up with.
No. Like I like his gimmick. I like what he did in the Indies. Is he doing what he did in the Indies on here? No, but
He was even given an opportunity.
you can't choke a bitch on
2
WWE.
opportunities. 2 hardcore matches of opportunities.
Yeah, but I don't
Yeah,
think he's really
that
doing a
street fight
hardcore
with
match
Brock
these
Lesnar.
days.
Are you
Should've
saying,
been.
okay, I can understand the Brock Lesnar match. Brock Lesnar's terrible to work with. Chris Jericho, on the other hand, you going to tell me Chris Jericho sucks? You going to
No.
tell me Chris Jericho sucks?
I never
He's a
said Chris
terrible
Jericho.
wrestler.
I never said that.
Hard to work with.
No.
That's my point.
I just feel hardcore matches these days in WWE. I mean, you shouldn't really have them anymore because you can't really do much with them anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't do the chair shots to the
Man,
head.
you're about
but
15 minutes too late,
you can
son.
hit a cane in the back.
Did I just discuss the no head shots and all? Man, you're about. Come on,
I
Hollywood Michael
told you,
Paul.
I'm seeing my therapist. He's helped me pick up on things, you know?
I need to help you pick up on why Dean Ambrose fucking sucks.
No, he's a Dean Ambrose fan.
Oh, he
Oh,
had
your
it.
therapist just happens to be a Dean
So
Ambrose.
he cheated his
Yeah.
way through school.
Does he have the receding hairline with the comb over from the back? The Trump comb
He's got a
over?
Dean Ambrose logo tattooed on his cheek.
All right, well, obviously 3 out of 4 of us don't want Dean Ambrose to win the Money in the Bank. So let's move on to the other one who was supposed to be Money in the Bank.
Kevin Owens,
Kevin Owens.
the prize fighter.
Now, okay, well, that would make his gimmick a little bit more sense now. He's got a little briefcase and shit.
Yeah.
Here's my problem with it. What kind of tear is he on? All right, he beat Sami Zayn, then he lost the belt, then he beats AJ Styles to be in the match. So let's say Kevin Owens does win the belt. Then what? Do you believe he's going to defeat Roman Reigns? Because I don't.
Let me put it to you like this: I'm a Kevin Owens fan. I'm a fan of what he's done, what I've seen him do, and all that type of stuff. Can I see him beating Roman Reigns? Honestly, with the way everything is set up, not right now.
Can I throw a little curveball out of there right now? I meant to bring this up earlier. Rumor has it with the AJ Styles and John Cena match, there's still that 7th person for the Money in the Bank ladder match. The winner's going to go on to the match.
7th person?
There's always 7 in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Well, so there goes my fucking hope of Shinsuke Nakamura getting that last spot.
No, it's just rumor right now, but they said the winner of that match.
I think the way it should go down is I think AJ Styles and John Cena should be a SummerSlam main event.
I think they should put 10 people in that bitch every year. I don't understand the issue.
I don't know why Nakamura and John Cena's not in the main event at SummerSlam.
I don't know why that is. It's so. Did we ever find out? Is that going to be televised? That match between them?
I mean, tell me that's not going to sell some shit. Tell me that's not going to fucking like make everybody happy. I mean,
can they make that televised, please? Because I'm not trying to miss that match for nothing. Nakamura versus Cena.
And bring that up. Why is Nakamura and Bray Wyatt about to feud?
What?
Yeah, they're fighting on the Japan tour.
Bray Wyatt and Nakamura.
I thought Bray Wyatt was like dead or something.
And when he comes back, he's feuding with.
When he comes back, he's feuding with Nakamura.
Nakamura in Japan. They're supposed to be introducing Sister Abigail at some point.
I mean, wouldn't that be the time to feud with Kevin Owens?
That's like a terrible feud. Like,
that's
like
not-
why would you do that feud?
But I'm saying, if you're going to tour Japan, wouldn't that be the time to feud with Kevin Owens? If
You
you're going
mean
to say
AJ
Kevin,
Styles?
if you're going to say Kevin Owens is a prize fighter, right? And we know the Japanese people love fucking prize fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be the time to feud Kevin Owens and Nakamura?
I can one up you. There's a better fucking feud right now. Brock Lesnar and Nakamura, where it all
Yeah.
began.
In Japan, dude, that would.
You telling me
You
they're
might
getting
sell-
bad ratings, right?
Dude, you might
Yeah.
sell 90,000 people if you made it a Brock Lesnar Nakamura match in Japan. I'm not even bullshit.
They could do Beast in the East again next year and have Brock and Nakamura be the main event easily.
And when Kevin Owens went there and he fought Finn Balor for the belt, man, fucking, he was a great heel. Fucking, they tried to give him the flowers. He whipped that shit up, threw it out,
Dude, I'm
pulled
saying,
him off.
I mean, you might be a dude.
Tore the geisha thing off.
Yeah.
And shit.
Nakamura, Brock Lesnar. That would sell some tickets in Japan, boy. That shit would be ridiculous.
But this all goes back to the fact you say WWE's booking, they're not gonna do it.
Shit, even John Cena and Nakamura in Japan would be better than fucking.
No,
In Hawaii?
I think it'd be better if John Cena and Nakamura at SummerSlam.
Yeah, but I
Well,
mean,
that ain't gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen. First of all,
But
Nakamura
why?
has to be called up first.
Yo, I don't understand why he's not called up. Do you know he's better than like everybody on the fucking main roster anyway?
I mean, they're probably gonna keep him. I don't see him. Honestly, he'll probably be down there this whole entire year.
I mean, I know why they didn't want to put him in there with Roman Reigns because
Boy, he would expose.
I'll be honest with you. I've been waiting ever since he debuted in Dallas. I've been waiting for the crowd reaction to just drop down. It just don't. It like literally don't. It does for everybody else, but for Nakamura, that shit's fucking consistent.
And when he had that face-to-face with fucking, who was it? Austin Aries. Austin Aries came out, he got his little pop. And fucking Nakamura comes down, the roof's getting blown
Austin
off.
Aries he gets crickets. Like,
Oh, yeah.
there's no
Austin
pop for
Aries-
Austin Aries
I said the
anymore.
little pop. He's got
It's
his
a
fans.
little
He's
pop.
got his fans.
Austin Aries has become. I don't know what it is about Austin Aries. He never gets me interested in him.
But
I don't know what it is about Austin
Oh,
Aries.
he's a really good heel.
My point was Nakamura came out and the
Then
fucking
they
place
might as
went
well
crazy.
just turn him
I
heel
actually
then.
like Austin
Because
Aries, just not in NXT.
I'm just saying, if Austin Aries turned heel, I'd probably be interested in him more. But him as a face, I
I've
just
never really seen
gravitated
Aries
to it.
as a face before. I don't understand why they're going this route.
They
they
should
need the route is taking him to heel zone. So
they should have brought
okay.
Bobby Roode over and
But
made
he's
him
a
a team.
natural look. If you look at him, he just says asshole on his face. Come on, man.
yeah, he does. He's a cocky little prick. That's his gimmick.
So make him that instead of this having being a face. I don't gravitate towards that. It's not with Austin Aries.
He could go heel though in this feud with Nakamura. It'll work.
He has no
He's
choice.
definitely going heel.
Austin Aries has to be a heel in this match. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
I just don't understand why Nakamura's being wasted in NXT when the main roster sucks and we could use him now.
Now, hold on. Now, at least give me my Finn Balor Nakamura match before you leave.
Why?
Why do that when you could say that for WrestleMania?
Have it on the
If you
main
want to sell
roster.
WrestleMania, why don't you give people real dream matches? Not
Yeah, that's
fucking
true.
dumb shit that you want to see. You know what I mean? Like, WWE wants to see what they want to see. They don't want to give us what we want to see. That's the problem.
That's been the problem for a long time.
I mean, as much as we all dislike the AJ Styles John Cena field, did you hear the fucking crowd?
Yep.
I'm not saying it won't do well. I'm just saying it doesn't have.
It's a terrible storyline.
Right, it just doesn't have
Yeah.
that's the problem. Like, I don't have a problem with the AJ Styles versus John Cena, but you're not building it as like a brand war. If it was a brand war match, it'd be awesome because AJ Styles is the face of like independent wrestling and every other organization, where John Cena is the
Every other.
WWE's gold standard.
Yep.
So if you branded it as that with a belt on the line, if AJ Styles beats Roman Reigns for the belt and you have a belt on the line, this storyline makes sense.
I mean, you talk about the crowd. Kurt Angle did the interview talking about when he wanted to come back to WWE. He was talking about how like ruthless aggression, the Attitude Era, your crowds got into it. There was a connectability between the crowd and the performers. And he's like, that's just gone. That's one of the reasons why he wants to come back, to help bring that legitimacy, that connection back.
Because it was interesting.
I was gonna say, that's what I was about to say. They were into it because it was interesting to be into.
Right.
If you're not interested, you're not going to be vested. If you're not vested, you're not going to fucking scream.
Let me put it to you like this. Anytime you go to a movie, what's the one thing that makes you want to go see a movie? The
Action.
story.
Tits.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
That too, I guess.
Well, I was about to say, I was with you. I was saying action. I really don't give a fuck.
Look, the story is what pushes the film and what pushes people to see it. If you don't have a good story, if you don't have good character development, what's the point of me seeing your
If you
story?
give me an action, all action, I don't give a fuck.
That's the problem with people.
But you don't know if there's a good story until you go see it. It's the action in the trailer that brings you in.
I mean, if they give my thing about, and
Now,
this is
a summary, that's a different story.
yeah.
A good summary is what brings you in. But the fucking trailer of the action is why people want to watch it. It's just my opinion.
I mean, it's got to be a combination of both. It's got to be a combination of storytelling and giving the best action. And that's something WWE's not doing on a consistent basis, and that's why they're in the position they're in.
Well, okay. How many guys in the company has mic skills to promote themselves?
Not many.
Kevin Owens,
Enzo.
now. Enzo, Big Cass. The Dudley Boys.
And where are they being? So the Dudley Boys are relegated to being the stepping stool.
Yep.
So
Yep.
their mic skills are totally wasted.
Jabba D.
Miz.
Miz.
Yeah,
Miz
and
is
look
good
how
on the
long it's taken for the Miz to finally get a push again. I've been telling you guys, dude. I don't care if he's champ. I don't care. Dude, he could be relevant because he can make you hate him. He makes people hate him. It's so easy to hate the Miz.
Everybody wants to see him lose that belt. It's true.
That's what makes it
like,
good.
Deeply, you don't want him to be champion. Am I right? Like passionately, you hate that motherfucker.
It's not on a Roman Reigns level, but yeah.
But for that John Cena level,
Yeah.
every fucking body wanted that dude to lose that belt.
Yeah.
And then when he didn't, it left that sour ass fucking taste in your mouth to where people's like, "Fuck this! I ain't watching this shit no more. I'm a little bitch." Yeah, all that shit.
Look, here's who the Miz reminds me of. The Miz reminds me of the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time, the Honky Tonk Man.
The honky tonky man.
Everybody hated the Honky Tonk Man. Everybody wanted to watch just to wait for him to fucking lose.
I loved Honky Tonk Man.
No, I liked him too, but I'm saying he made you watch
Shake,
because
rattle,
you
and roll.
didn't like him. He made people hate him so much they couldn't wait till he lost the belt, and that's what made it fun to watch.
He was like you said about Austin Aries. He was that cocky ass prick, but he had that it factor about it. Fucking coming out in the pink Cadillac, fucking Jimmy.
And the thing is, people want Roman Reigns to lose for a different reason.
They just don't like him.
They just don't want to see him ever
He
again.
fucking sucks.
That's the difference. Like, people don't mind if the Miz is on TV. They just don't want him to have the belt. People just don't want Roman Reigns to be in a company.
I'm telling you, doing the draft. Roman Reigns doesn't get drafted. He's a free agent. Goes to TNA. Look, everybody wins.
All I know is they're going to keep Cena and Roman Reigns apart. I just hope that SmackDown has hell of a brand.
So when are you? So let me ask you this, and I know for weeks we've been bashing Roman Reigns. What is going to? What do you think?
Years.
What do you think is going to end up happening? Because if this keeps going and the ratings keep going down as he is champion, do you think Vince is going to be like, okay,
at some point you're going to pull the plug?
yeah?
Well, there was a fucking. I know they were saying Roman Reigns is supposed to be the face of Raw, and now there's talk about him being the face of SmackDown and keeping Cena on Raw.
Look, I don't even think it's to the point where you need to pull the plug. I think you need to exile this motherfucker. I think you need to give him his papers.
Like I said,
like it's that bad.
that right there just proves exactly what I was saying. It's not that people want to see Roman Reigns lose the belt. People just don't want to see Roman Reigns ever again.
I mean, fucking Dean Ambrose, man, give him them pink slips.
I can't remember if Taz or Stone Cold. One of them said that you had the opportunity at some point to turn Roman Reigns and the Usos heel and make it work, and you just let it go.
Yep.
I know why they let it go. You know why they let it go?
Why they let it go?
Because now it's not to the point to where it's just people want them to be heel. It's to the point to where nobody wants to see these motherfuckers.
Like,
So
a year ago, I'd been okay if you turned Roman Reigns heel. Then maybe I could have still watched him. Now I'm to the point I don't want him to turn heel. I don't want to see him. I just don't want to. I don't want him on wrestling ever.
Ever.
And you're right. The Usos the same way.
Again.
I don't want to see the Usos ever neither. Ever. I don't want to see
What made
them.
you finally hate the Usos? Just go down your list.
Because he's with Roman Reigns.
So just based on their association with Roman Reigns,
I just
you're
never
done
liked
with
them.
And I mean, I don't think they're. I mean, I'm not saying they're not talented because I
could tolerate.
I
the
kind of
Usos.
think they're talented.
I like the Usos. Don't get me wrong.
I don't like the
I think they're
Usos.
talented, but they just don't have. I don't know. They don't have. They don't have.
They don't have any mic skills.
Well, it's not that because there's a lot of guys don't have mic skills.
Yeah, but the Usos don't have any mic. And their dad's Rikishi. Like, come on.
Like if they were a heel,
wrong with their
I think
dad?
I could think
I
I
like
could have dealt with
Rikishi.
this.
They're not on his dad's par. They're not on their dad's par.
Oh,
Well, Rikishi wasn't known for fucking great mic skills.
But he was known for being a fucking. He
Yeah, but
was
he
a
was
great
hilarious.
heel when he was a heel when he fucking hit Austin or whatever. I'm a bad man.
Rikishi
I
was
did it for The Rock.
I did it
remember
for the
fucking
people.
shit.
Yeah.
Rikishi was hilarious though. That's what made fans like him. He was funny.
He's the fucking put his ass in
Right. He's the
motherfucker's
funny-
face.
he's
The
a funny
Usos
fat dude.
are just there, floating in what is it, purgatory, exile, whatever the fuck you want to call
The
it.
Usos like have none of Rikishi's charisma.
None.
so
Well, go ahead.
let me ask you another question. Got a lot of questions on this episode.
By the
Now-
way, we're on the Heineken break.
More so, Dale's on a Heineken break. Now, I'm curious about this. Which tag team do you think?
Enzo and Big Cass.
I agree with you,
Enzo
Enzo
and
and
Cass.
Cass.
If you're asking who I think should be wrestling for the tag team champions, which I thought that's where you were going, that's who.
Because you could have great promos with the New Day and Cass, and great
Don't get me
matches.
wrong.
heel?
The
Who would
New
be the
Day
heel?
deserves their spot. I'd be okay if they just stayed champion for the next 5 years.
Yep.
If they could keep up the material that they're doing,
Yep.
which I doubt, I'm pretty sure it's going to run out. But
But they
I
need
thought that last year.
they need a
And then
good
they
team.
came out with a time machine. So
They need a good team they can feed off of, and Enzo and Cass is perfect.
exactly.
Did you see a photo floating around of what Enzo Amore looked like without a beard? I was shocked.
Yeah, he looked like a little
I
emo
seen
kid.
him when he
Yeah,
debuted. But
I was shocked.
yeah. His debut, man. I watched that the
you
other
guys
day.
forget, I'm like the original fucking NXT watcher.
Yeah,
I
I
watched
know.
the original fucking
He
startup of
looked.
wrestling.
He looked like an emo Toby Maguire.
He did.
That's
That's
what he
exactly
looked
what he looked like.
Then he did himself up.
I mean, I was watching a video with the best Enzo Cass promos, and their shit never gets fucking old, man.
Don't.
Look, I know I've been the biggest, Enzo and Cass haters on the show.
Oh, here you go.
But I can get why.
But-
I mean, they do have them gay tendencies of the
But-
leopard and shit. But
But
that's what makes it
I
entertaining.
think they're the perfect feud for New Day too because the promos them two teams can put on each other, fucking right. That's what I want to see.
Imagine they had a promo war with fucking Billy Gunn and fucking Road Dogg back in the day.
the Outlaws.
Yeah.
They might have gave the Outlaws a run for their money. I'm just saying.
Imagine if they were going against the DX, like Shawn Michaels and fucking Triple H.
You heard about Shawn Michaels, Triple H? Like,
I'm talking about their shit.
Okay.
When they were tag team champions and the
oh,
other,
their
the rest of the DX
their
didn't mean anything.
their retirement tour they had with the little
Yeah.
corny jokes.
Triple H used to be funny, man.
Yeah, but with the second round of DX, it was like more force-fed comedy.
Well, it was.
I liked it. I mean,
I
I thought it was.
didn't
I
have a
thought it was
problem
good
with
shit.
It was funny, but it was more
force-fed, but it was still
force-fed.
fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
But the old shit they used to do, where Michaels was like naked and China's holding up the signs and shit.
Oh well, okay, that's a different time of wrestling
Yeah,
right
that's a
there.
different
That's
time of
fucking.
You're
Come on,
talking late
man.
90s.
Rick
of
Rude was
He
Okay.
was
Okay.
having girls
crowd.
grab his shit, saying
So-
hands off the merchandise.
So the Reverend always has questions. I have a question. Why can't we go back to that?
Why can't we?
Why does every wrestling fan leave the eras alone? Stop it.
why
Stop
can't-
asking
why-
to go back. It
why
can never
can't
be
we-
duplicated. That's why.
But why
He's not
not?
asking to duplicate it.
I'm
He's
not
asking to
asking to
go
duplicate-
back to that material.
Why can't we go back to that? Why can't we go back to they could do whatever they want?
Often imitate, never duplicate. You could do it again in a different way.
Okay, that's cool, but I get a little bit annoyed when wrestling fans say, "I don't want the Attitude Era to come back." Stop asking. Have we learned anything from ECW?
Do you understand what they're saying when they say they wanted to come back?
They want that material back.
They want the enthusiasm to come back. They want the people with the mic skills to come back. They want the must-see TV to come
the
back.
compelling storyline.
It's not fucking.
You can
it's
have
not,
that.
Look, it's not. We went exactly the Attitude Era back because the Attitude Era had a lot of bad shit too.
But it
Yeah.
was, that Attitude Era was also more about your fans. You didn't start off with your announcers. You started off panning the arena, all the fan
all the
signs.
fucking all the signs. That you
They
went
didn't take signs away from you when you walked into the arena. You could flick off the fucking camera if you wanted to.
Yep.
You didn't get thrown out for dressing like Ric Flair and telling your fucking favorite wrestler or the wrestler you hated.
Or by the way, we got to move you because you're in a fucking camera shot and you're dressed like Hulk Hogan or fucking Macho Man.
Well, I mean, there was a guy. I was in Baltimore, and there was a guy dressed up as Ric Flair. He never got moved.
Because that was Ric Flair.
Because that was Ric Flair.
If you would have dressed up like somebody that's not a part of the company or allowed to be a part of the company for bad pub, there we go.
Can you imagine if a dude came dressed up as Scott Steiner?
Or somebody came up dressed as Chris Benoit?
Well, that's just bad taste.
I was going to say something, but I'm not going to say it.
At least Scott Steiner didn't kill nobody and shit.
But the point is, that dude should be able to do that if he wants to.
I mean, I give it to you. You're right. I'm just saying that's just bad taste.
Edit that shit off of television if he makes it on the fuck. Don't kick him out of the show that he fucking paid for.
The product's not about the fans anymore. It's what it is.
No, it's about Vince McMahon and his fucking ego. Then everybody brings in Shane. He gets these big cheers. Oh, Shane's going to change the world. No, fuck he ain't.
Same shit.
It's the same exact shit. Like I said when he first came.
6 more minutes of wrestling, so that means the Divas get a little bit more time to wrestle.
Now, if you think Shane McMahon really had some charge, you think it would be different if he wasn't just an on-screen character?
I do.
Yeah.
Me too.
I do.
I think if Triple H and I'll say Triple H more so than Stephanie. If Triple H had more control over the writing on both Raw and SmackDown, I would think you would have a lot more compelling stuff. Look at the way NXT is being run.
Yeah, Stephanie's the head of creativity right now. So,
but see, my thing with NXT, it's not the storylines. It's the fucking wrestling.
Yeah, you got a lot more like.
I mean, the feuds that you get, it'd be the corniest fucking feud ever.
Yeah.
But the fucking actual matches, they're doing stuff down in NXT that they used to do weekly on Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
Hey, man, you got an opportunity with this brand split, man. They brought Eric Bischoff or Paul Heyman back.
So I want to answer the question that you asked. Do I think it'd be different if Shane McMahon actually ran it? Absolutely, and I'll tell you why. He would want to prove his dad that he was better than him. The same way Vince Jr. wanted to prove to Vince Sr. that he was better than him and changed wrestling, Shane would want to do the same thing. It's natural. You want to be better than your father or your brother. You just want to be better than them and prove to them that you were the best. That's why Shane, I think it would be totally different.
You can tell from Shane's pop, he's still in touch with the fan. Vince's pop is not there anymore.
No, the fans don't want nothing. The fans know Vince is out of touch. Let's be honest.
The fans are...
The intelligent fans
Vince
know
is semi
he's
out of touch.
I'll tell you where they fucked up. They fucked up with the whole storyline of he had something in a lockbox.
Yeah,
that was fucking stupid. He should have came back and said, "You guys are running this company to the fucking ground. I'm here to take this shit over."
He should have went with the.
That's how the fucking shit should have went. That shit would have been on ESPN. They would have been blowing that shit out of proportion. There would have been a fucking big ass fucking war going on.
Yeah.
That whole storyline didn't make sense. Like, what? You lost? You're running the show?
Oh, so let's take it down a notch. Let's just say, okay, you got something over my head, and I'm gonna take it from you. So you're gonna wrestle the Undertaker. He fucking Teddy Long that shit up.
Yep.
That's what he did.
You're absolutely right. What they should have done is have a couple of the board members back Shane McMahon saying, "Hey, we're forcing Shane in because we need the fucking ratings. He's going to change shit."
Look, Shane could have used a story like he sold his company and he's coming in to buy the WWE because Vince isn't the whole shareholder anymore.
That would work. And I think it would be better television than what they provided.
I mean, you look when Shane bought WCW, the fucking fans went nuts for that shit.
There's no realism anymore. You know, everything is fucking. It's so scripted and fucking political.
It's not even concrete.
If he would have came back and he would have looked his dad dead in his face and said, "I'm coming here to take this shit," then he could have had the authority after him. He could have had fucking Vince after him. But they had to do it in a real way. He had to find something. They would have had him like, okay, well, I'm here to take back my majority share.
Yeah.
Like, did it like a fucking real business way.
Like I'm saying,
really
I got the backing of board members right here.
Yeah.
You cannot deny me.
Your ratings suck. You're putting people as champion. It shouldn't be. Yo, if you would have just went in and actually said what people think.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He could have came in and said, "You're fired."
I mean, it's like you said with the realism. Like back when they had the whole invasion story, that when he bought WCW, people thought he legitimately bought WCW from under Vince.
Then, check this out. Then here comes Monday Night Raw. There's no scripts at all. He comes out and he just cuts a promo like, "Look, we fired everybody. Yep. So now we're winging this shit. Hey, who do you want to see wrestle tonight?" Dude, that's how hostile takeovers are.
Yeah.
Do that shit. Don't give me a fucking brand war that's political. I don't want to see that gay shit. I want to see a real fucking family feud right now. That's how it felt in the Attitude Era.
The McMahons were good at that shit, man.
Point.
Keyword were.
Yeah, they were. Was it
That's
fucking
what you get when you say, I'm tired of these fans wanting the attitude era
Vince
back.
had? Well, Vince
Oh,
had.
that's what we want, goddammit.
Vince had.
We want compelling storylines and fucking
you
great
want the
wrestling.
aspect. You want the aspect of compelling storylines.
damn
You
But
right.
want
that's
the great
but
storytelling.
That's what 99% of all wrestling fans mean when they say they want the attitude
We
era
want
back.
realism
we
back.
want realism back.
Okay.
We want it exciting.
When McMahon had, what was it, Linda in the wheelchair and he's fucking Trish and shit.
Right. That shit was hilarious.
Can we get some of
wait,
that?
What else? He was fucking. Who else was he fucking when she was in that shit?
I remember
How about-
he had the thing with Sable when Stephanie was
Yeah.
GM. He was fucking Sable.
Hey, hold on. Why don't we really have the fucking Ronda Rousey and Stephanie McMahon match, right? I know when Stephanie McMahon gets her ass beat, Triple H has a storyline where he's trying to fuck Ronda Rousey. How about that? How about we do something fucking compelling and interesting? Not the same old, oh, that guy's putting that guy over. Let's make him look strong. Now let's make him look tough, guys. Like a little tough guy. I mean, fuck that gay shit.
Oh, you didn't make Roman look
We
strong.
didn't
We
watch
gotta punish
wrestling
you.
for fucking tough guys. If we did, we'd watch boxing.
We'd watch
And-
MMA.
And with that, this has been another edition of the Ringside Power Hour. Ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
and
Wait.
if you're listening, Vince McMahon, fuck you.
And you got to give it that pop, that ringside.
Hold on, I'll get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another edition of the Ringside Power Hour Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, you can also talk to us and contact us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Ringside Power Hour, and our official website at ringsidepower.com.
And don't forget that official YouTube page, The Ringside Power. Like, comment, subscribe, share your thoughts. What do you think about the Attitude Era? What do you think about the new era? And do you hate Roman Reigns as much as we do? We'd like to know.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another edition. Until next time, everybody.
See ya.